Shout out to the Street Wolves. It's the JLEGEND EFFECT. We here with the homie
AJ Dunk, all caps, found at ajdunk.com.
Yeah, that's where you're going to find him at. Or you can find him at a show near you. If you go to ajdunk.com, you can see when he got shows. He's been having a lot of shows lately. Y'all got to go check him out. Check out the homie AJ Dunk.
True.
We was talking about it before. This is a sad, a little bit of sadness today because this may be the very last episode we do in this apartment. I may or may not have another one throughout this week, but I highly doubt it. It's not looking that way. So out of all the dope episodes and dope skits and everything we've done in this beautiful apartment, it comes to an end. But we did have a lot of dope moments here.
Definitely.
On both I Can't Make This Up podcast and on the JLEGEND EFFECT. And I want to thank everybody for being a part of that. I want to thank everyone who's been watching us, holding us down, sharing our stuff, letting people know we have a homie out there, Serpenter. Thank you, homie. I know you put stuff on for your co-workers while you at work, man, and I appreciate that more than you'll ever know. Thank you, sir. The homie Tim, even when we done stuff live on Facebook, Tim always chimes in, but Tim himself has played some of the skits for his co-workers, man. I greatly appreciate that. And I want to give a big thank you to everybody who's been on the show, especially if you came up to this apartment and recorded with us. It's been a whole different vibe. We've done, or you and I have done episodes in my other apartment. We've done other episodes in the studio. So, we moved around a lot, but a lot of great moments has happened right here on this very couch in this very beautiful apartment. And I just can't thank the people who've been involved enough for doing so. I appreciate that. We're going to get into...
We got to give a shout out to somebody.
Go ahead. Shoot a shout out. What you got?
I want to give a shout out today to all the people that didn't come or cancel when they were supposed to be on an episode. Shout out to you, bitch, because guess what? When we fucking make it, you gonna be mad because you had the chance and now you ain't making it.
He's got some
and you will not, cause we supposed to be ignorant with the shout out. So this is the last shout out in this apartment. So you know what? Bitch, be mad you didn't get here. Shout out to you. Cheers.
Yeah, let's get a cheers.
Yeah.
Up, man?
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Cheers. My man AJ just let off a clip.
Let's have a toast to the jerk offs.
My man just let off a clip at y'all. Oh, shit. I wasn't expecting
Yeah, because fuck that. Shout out. Because you know why? We was having times where people was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to come to cancel on that day a fucking half an hour before. It take me that long to get here. So shout out to you.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'm back now.
Yeah, he speaks no lies right now.
I'm good now. I'm good.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm back.
All out your system.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just a little bit of street. I've been out of street wolf. I had to get my little. I'm back. See, I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
Yeah. I like who you were about 30 seconds ago, yo. And it's funny I said let off a clip because I didn't mean to make a joke out of this, but we're about to talk about Aaron Hernandez. So, yeah. And I didn't mean that. That wasn't. I didn't mean to do that.
Well, he ain't let off a clip for himself, so.
I mean, you don't know. A lot of things happen to him.
We'll get into it.
Yeah. It's funny, but it ain't funny. The main reason why I want to speak on this, as always, I have a big issue when I see people who comment the stupid shit on social media about these sort of issues. You know not what the fuck you talking about. Just like I've spoken on the Troy Ave situation when it happened, and I addressed it. There was a lot of people saying sucker shit, and a lot of you people I know personally who were saying sucker shit, and I know you ain't about that, not one bit. it's something, whether it be the Aaron Hernandez case or any case involving a celebrity, you motherfuckers want them to be who they act like they are. And then when they do it, you call them stupid for throwing it all away. Which one do you want it to be?
That's real.
Which one do you want it to be? It can't be fucking both. And then when these same people turn around and don't want to sign autographs, don't want to take fucking pictures with you, don't want to end their dinner with their family to fucking acknowledge you for these 5 little minutes that you want. Or you people who heckle them when you do see them, when you don't get the sort of attention you really craving at the moment, that person ain't shit.
That's real.
And that's whack. Aaron Hernandez, unfortunately, allegedly, committed suicide. And from the time that his court cases, he had a single murder trial, and then he had a double shooting, because the dudes ain't died, if I'm not correct. Or we're gonna read the timeline. He allegedly shot 2 other dudes in a double shooting. He just beat that case, actually, so he was innocent. He didn't shoot nobody, not on that night. So, yeah. So, what really pissed me off is when I seen people going in on his character. I'm just confused because I'm like, how many of y'all ever fucking been around the dude? It's not to defend what he may or may not have done. The point is, stop saying like you actually know shit to be fact. You don't know that man. Secondly, when it came to the whole alleged suicide situation, people had so many theories on why he did it. There was a theory that, if he being that he beat the double shooting, that means the Patriots were on the hook for the $12,000, so he killed himself so that his daughter could get the $12,000. It's a lot of components to that little theory that sounds crazy funny to me, but hey, for some reason y'all know more. You know what I mean? None of y'all hang out with the dude. None of y'all do anything for his family or in touch with him, but y'all all experts on all this shit. Most of y'all can't even read the contract your job has offered you. But somehow you know how to read an NFL contract. You know all the loopholes. Somehow.
Preach.
God damn it. Then comes the alleged bullshit, which I do not believe. Allegedly, he was boning dudes in prison. Had someone he fell in love with. Now, I've seen 3 different pictures of people he allegedly was in love with. The New York Daily News put up one picture. And then, you know what? I'm going to post both. Right now, I'm going to put 2 pictures up of the 2 guys whose pictures I got off a newspaper or off the internet, right? The 3rd dude, I probably have to do some searching, and that's even if I feel like it, because more than likely, I'm not going to. When I put this episode out, I'm probably going to put this out in the next few days. I just put an episode out today. So, lately, it's been a few times I'll put two episodes out in a week. But that's what I'm going to do here. So, I'm probably not going to do all the extra searching. I don't have the fucking time. Plus, like we said, I'm moving out this apartment. I just don't have the time. So, with no further ado, let me show you the 2 alleged boyfriends. So now you've seen the 2 alleged lovers. You know what I mean? We should play some like R&B in the background.
No, we should not. We both sitting here. You ain't gonna put no R&B behind me while we both sit on the couch.
I'm saying,
nah.
We was on some R&B.
Nope.
In memory of?
No. Because then no. Something happened to one of us or something go to some site and they just like, look at this. This is real footage, not edited. Yeah, no. That's not, nope.
I don't believe that gay shit. So before I get into what I feel about it and before AJ talks about his point, we're going to read to you a timeline of the chain of events. You got that handy, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead. Spit it to the people. You want me to do it?
Yeah, because I don't know which you wanted to.
All right. April 23rd, 2010. Hernandez is drafted by the New England Patriots in the 4th round of the NFL draft. July 16, 2012. 2 men, Daniel Abreu and Safario.
We'll go with that.
Safario Furtado, are shot to death in their car. So it was a double homicide. Are shot to death in their car as they wait at a red light in Boston's South End neighborhood. August 27, 2012, Hernandez signs a 5-year, $40 million contract with the Patriots. February 2013, one of Hernandez's associates, Alexander Bradley, is shot in the face in Florida. Bradley files a lawsuit alleging that Hernandez shot him in the face after they argued at a strip club. A lot of niggas get shot at strip clubs. I don't know why. I would think the strip club is like the happiest place in the world.
Wait a minute, he got shot in the face and he ain't died?
Yeah, he ain't died. My godfather been shot in the face, he ain't died.
Okay.
I know people who's been shot in the face, he ain't died.
All right, interesting.
God bless them. God bless.
Take shots to the face.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pause.
Go ahead.
Pause. June 17, 2013, the body of Odin Lloyd, a semi-professional football player who was dating the sister of Hernandez's girlfriend, is found about a mile from Hernandez's mansion in North Attleboro, Massachusetts. June 26, 2013, Hernandez is arrested on a murder charge and the Lloyd slaying and taken from his home in handcuffs. He later pleads not guilty. The Patriots release him hours after his arrest. May 1st, 2014, Hernandez is indicted on charges of assault and an altercation with another jailhouse inmate in jail. He's being held. Shit happens in the jail. You catch a ticket. A ticket is an extra charge. It happens. What the fuck are you supposed to do, especially a dude who's worth millions? You know how many of them dudes was probably in there heckling him every day? Oh, you fucked your life up. Oh, anyone of us would do whatever for that. Oh, X, Y, and Z. Oh, you know what? And try him. Maybe put their fucking finger in his tray. Don't let nobody put their finger in your fucking oatmeal.
Yeah, take Jay's word for that. I don't know nothing about that.
May 1st. May 15, Hernandez is indicted on 2 counts of first-degree murder and other charges in connection with the shooting of Abreu and Furtado. His lawyers say he's innocent. Oh, man, what a shocker. May 28th, 2014, Hernandez pleads not guilty to 7 charges in the connection of Abreu and Furtado's death. A prosecutor says Hernandez was angry because Abreu accidentally bumped him at a nightclub while dancing, spilling his drink. January 9th, 2015, Hernandez goes on trial for the murder and Odin Lloyd's murder. April 15, 2015, Hernandez is convicted of first-degree murder, which carries a mandatory sentence of life in prison. February 14, 2017, Hernandez goes on trial for the murder and the 2012 killings of Abreu and Furtado. April 14, 2017, Hernandez is acquitted of murder charges in the 2012 killing of Abreu and Furtado. And on April 19th, just 5 days later, Hernandez is found hanging by a bedsheet in his prison cell and dies at the hospital. This is all this information. It was just a timeline. There's nothing for you to really, these are facts. But just to give the credit, man, all this came from the Associated Press. All right? On that particular timeline. What do you think, sir?
Well, there's a lot of pieces to this.
Yes.
Because we didn't even start back to him doing some shit at Florida when he was in college.
Yeah, he punched a waitress in the face in Florida, and allegedly he was questioning another shooting. Him and a few of his teammates was questioned in a shooting while at Florida. Florida Gators he played football for.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of, I think, little holes that I would like to know more information about.
Like,
what, like, you killed your, what was it, fiance's sister's brother or something like that?
Yeah. No, the fiance's sister's boyfriend.
Okay.
So you could pretty much say brother-in-law. Like,
yeah, pretty much. So it's like I want to know if you killed the brother-in-law because of these bisexual rumors. I want to know, like, if that's true. If that's really why he killed this guy. To kill somebody over that, then that opens doors a lot more. But if you killed him for another reason, then that alters a lot of these other things. Also, what I did see was when they read the verdict and his reaction.
which was?
Nothing. He sat there like a sociopath. They were like, Aaron Hernandez is found guilty. This dude didn't move his mouth. He didn't move his head. He just blinked as if it was time for him to blink. Nothing else happened. And he just sat there and was just like, okay. So that reaction right there shows me that something might be a little off mentally for him. But the pieces to add up to what happens, I'm still like, I can't draw my own verdict on this. But from what I'm hearing from the suicide part, brings up a good amount of questions. Because if he left a letter for his fiance, a letter for his daughter, and a letter for a lover or a friend, mentioned the article I read, he left a letter for a friend in jail, then those must be three very important people, especially if one of them is a fiance and one of them is your daughter. The fact that it's just interesting when you brought up the alleged suicide. But it doesn't affect the way I think. I want to hear your perspective on that. And then they say that he moved the money to different accounts beforehand and all that. Now, I feel that just because people are coming out saying that they were his lover, they might be just doing that.
No one said that, though.
Well, pictures are released. These pictures could be released just because somebody's trying to step forward and take some claim for this. It doesn't necessarily take the fact that isn't true. Like, it can still be true that he had a gay lover in jail, but somebody else is just trying to take the credit for that. Which I wouldn't be taking credit for that, but it's just like, I feel like the story will probably become a documentary because of the fact of how it started to how it ended.
Yeah.
So it's just, I want to know why you think that it's alleged though, like
right,
the suicide.
If it's cool with you, I want to go step by step on what you said.
Cool.
All right. So, and maybe we should double check this, but as far as the actual murder of Odin Lloyd, if I'm not mistaken, and we can double check this, when he left the house, he texted the Odin Lloyd. He texted his girlfriend, and was like, "Yo, you seen who I left with, right?" She was like, "Who?" And then he was like, "Oh, the NFL player." All right. So now, here's the thing: they left in a car that was rented and registered to Hernandez. If I'm not mistaken, when that story first came out, they said Hernandez was with someone else. And if I'm not mistaken, that other dude who was involved, he was saying something about it. So if you want, we could double check it right now.
What do you mean?
In the Odin Lloyd case, Hernandez wasn't the only dude who was involved with that murder.
Okay. All right.
Now, whether or not he was the only one convicted is a whole other story. But if I'm not mistaken, there was another dude involved, and we haven't heard anything about that. We haven't heard anything about that dude ever since. Maybe he snitched.
Who, Hernandez?
No, the other dude. Hernandez was doing life.
You're
So,
right, you're right.
you know, yeah, you know, maybe he snitched. That's number one. So if he was, the reason why I bring that up, someone else being involved, is that if the theory was that he killed Odin Lloyd because Odin Lloyd knew that he was a bisexual, a switch hitter, a fudge packer.
A bulldagger, huh?
Not a bulldagger.
Oh.
A bulldagger's a female.
Oh, my
man.
bad.
If that was the reason why he allegedly killed, and I'm not making a joke about the actual murder. That's not. Rest in peace to Odin Lloyd. Blessings to his family. I'm not making a joke about that. If that was the reason, then why Hernandez wouldn't have killed the other dudes? If there was another dude with Hernandez, and that was the reason he was killing him, you're gonna kill this guy for this reason, but leave the other one alive who now knows about this shit?
Yeah.
And then, if that's the case, why there was no rumors when that happened? And if in fact the other dude was there when the murder happened, or even was in the car, or however that played out, wait a minute. You don't think at some point he would have brought up, yo, it had to do with some gay shit?
Unless that dude was paid off.
And there's a chance. But if he got on the stand and testified at the murder, what will be the difference now?
What you mean?
Let's double check that. All right, we double checked, and there were two other people involved in the Odin Lloyd murder case. They both got lower sentences, were not convicted of murder. They was convicted of accessory, having something to do with it. Bottom line, if the murder had something to do with some gay shit, these are two other dudes who now know about some gay shit. So now the question has to be, either they were on that bisexual shit too, which this don't sound like that, or the whole murder in general had nothing to do with sexuality. Which, that's what I'm leaning towards, but hey, again, I was not there. We still to this day don't know what was the motive behind that whole thing. Fine. Supposedly there was a story out where supposedly the murder of Lloyd had to do with something with Lloyd associating with some people who Hernandez wasn't getting along with. Even that's up in the air. Who knows what that story is, but I doubt that gay shit. Because now, let's go into this whole scenario. If them two other guys involved with the situation now know about that, then you gotta kill these dudes. If not, let's be honest. You mean to tell me at some point during this trial, especially one of the guys taking a plea deal, you mean to tell me nobody would thought to say, hey, this got to do with some gay shit? That's a major piece of the puzzle. Excuse me. If that's the case, you mean to tell me the girlfriend of Odin Lloyd or anybody else wanna, come on now.
Step forward.
Yeah, somebody say, hey man, there's been some funny style shit y'all don't know about. Whether or not that was the reason or not. Regardless, somebody would have still came out and said that. Teammates that he's had through college and everything. No one's ever mentioned no funny style shit. So you mean to tell me this dude gets locked up in 2012 or 2014, something like that? He gets locked up and all of a sudden now he want to be gay? To me, I highly doubt it. So now let's fast forward to this whole suicide thing. You mean to tell me this dude spent thousands? Ain't no telling. It has to be in the hundreds of thousands. He's paid attorneys for 2 separate cases. 3 murders in general. And you want me to sit here and believe that the man gets acquitted of a double homicide is appealing the Odin Lloyd case. Turns around to his family, he's blowing them kisses, all this and all that, and 5 days later, he just can't take it no more? You find him in a cell, hung by a bed sheet, but he dies in the hospital? That shit don't sound funny? Not to mention, if I'm not mistaken, and again, I don't want to jump back into Googling the shit, but he had 2 or 3 fights in the jail. It wasn't just one. So you mean to tell me when you put all of that together, you see this man smiling, and God knows when was the last time he smiled. Finally got a smile on his face, and 5 days later, life is just too fucking rough. You mean to tell me the day he got arrested or anything else wasn't enough? When that first week, the first 2 weeks, that first month, that first year, when everything around you is fucking crumbling.
Wow.
You gonna wait till now to kill yourself? Now. 5 days after you beat a double homicide. Now you want to kill yourself. You just spent, listen, especially for someone of his caliber, the amount of money he has a lot to do with your lawyer fees. Clearly, the more money you have, the more you're going after the more top expensive lawyers. Clearly. So let's be real. You spend all that money on the first case and you lose it. You spend all that money on the second one, you beat it. And then you know that it costs to get an appeal. Now, let's kill ourselves. I'm not even put my fucking name in. I'm not marking myself like that. But your lover, or there's something you can't take that your lover's in a different fucking jail cell, whatever. He been in his single cell for a minute, they said. It's been a long time. That don't make no fucking sense to me. And let me get into that whole shit about the suicide letters, right? First there was no suicide letters. That was the story out. No, he never left no letter. Never left no letter. A few days later is breaking news. About a week later, about 5 to 6 days later, breaking news. He left a letter to his jailhouse lover. Now, here go my question. Who the hell, especially in the media, got their hands on them letters? How would you know it got something to do with lovers? It's a hell of a headline, though. But let me tell you something. That's even coming from somebody who's been in the prison. Had I did the time Aaron Hernandez did? Hell no. I've been in Rikers Island. I've been in the tombs. I've been through all of that. I'm going to tell you right now, fam. Especially a little more like, so to speak, gangster dudes, man. Like, you start to get cool with people in there. Whether you trust them or not, that's a whole other story, but you might get cool with somebody, be playing cards with them, playing dice, watching the game, whatever the fuck. It is not unheard of. Even when I left jail, I stood in contact with certain dudes. You have dudes who later on have a friend for fucking life from in jail. And they meet and they come out in the world and they're cool forever. Or dudes who end up sending money back to the dudes who was in jail with. Or at least a letter because people are fucking forgotten over there. I'm not ruling that shit out. I'm not gonna rule that maybe he did leave a letter. Who fucking knows? But do I automatically think it was some gay shit? No. No. And I've been there. So no, I don't automatically think it was some gay shit. And again, who had access to read the letter? Who actually knew it was some gay shit? Then, after the gay shit, y'all want to mention he left a letter for his wife or his fiance? Then a week later, oh, by the way, he did leave a letter for his daughter too. So you mean to tell me when you found allegedly the gay letter, and y'all searched that little ass fucking cell, you ain't find the other two till the week after? Or is that the media spinning some bullshit?
Well, I don't know the release dates of the letters. I'll tell you that.
That's fair.
But the thing is, what really drew this to me is I wasn't following it day by day. Like, he was in there and there was news popping up and you could probably watch it. I wasn't following it like this. I'm aware of what college he went to. I'm aware of him being on the Patriots. I was following that. So, since I knew about that, I started, oh man, this guy is on trial for this. I saw snippets of the videos, but I didn't follow any of that. And then, once again, they were like, oh, okay, he's convicted. I saw that video of his response. Then, I just completely forgot about it until they said, oh, he committed suicide. Then all this other stuff starts to come up. After he said he committed suicide, I still didn't follow it. Somebody came to me and started telling me this story about how they found these letters and all this. So this is exactly how I'm getting fed this. So to hear your perspective after I've heard that, it seems a little bit more clearer on the way that you're pushing it. Because my man didn't have, I'm telling you, his reaction when they read that shit was like, I don't give a fuck. He already knew. He was like, fuck it, whatever. So if you were able to take that verdict that way, how then later do you commit suicide?
That's a good point, man.
And it does feel like they're kind of like bringing up this now, and it might like people might pop up more and they might start dissecting it more. But it's too late. He's dead now.
I'm gonna bring up another point. When the news first was breaking about the suicide thing, you had you had some people who actually felt bad about it, that he committed suicide, especially when people were coming off, yo, he just beat that case, and then again, this is another piece of the puzzle. I don't know how true it is. Supposedly, in that courtroom was the first time he's seen his daughter since he's been in jail. They said he has spoke with the family over the phone, but supposedly face to face is the first time he's seen his daughter since he's been in jail. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've seen that in multiple news sources. So this is just what gets me about the whole situation. That's more motivation for you to try your appeal, for you to kick ass on that. Especially when you pay these fucking lawyers, man. That don't make sense, because if it was about leaving money to your daughter, ain't you trying to leave it all to your daughter? Like, I just don't get that. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole spin and twist, which to go back to what I was saying, was when it was breaking news, there was a lot of people like, damn, talking about what could have been in his career, so on and so forth. There wasn't that. It was not a lot of people sitting there saying good for that motherfucker because he killed Odin Lloyd. There wasn't a lot of people saying that. There was a lot of Patriot fans also saying the same thing. Damn, that dude ruined his life, but it's sad that the story ends this way. Bottom line, I feel like at some point that shit got to somebody. Somebody wasn't feeling that shit and started with the gay shit. Because I don't understand. And then you put 3 pictures, again, you already saw, I posted, if you're watching this on YouTube, I put the 2 pictures of the 2 dudes, allegedly, who, first it was one, and now they're saying it was the other, and who fucking knows, then it was a third one. Point that I'm saying is, you mean to tell me if there was possibly 3 different dudes, or one of the 3, none of them have found a way to speak out yet? Whether it's through their very own family or something, you haven't heard nothing. You're not hearing much about these people, their backgrounds, so on and so forth. You're not. Well, the light-skinned dude, they did put out some shit that he's in jail for robbery or some shit like that. Moral of the story is, you're not hearing much else to these people. And let's be real, especially in this day and time, and especially if any of these guys have an actual release date. You mean to tell me one of them ain't gonna sit there and take some sort of credit on some gay shit if it really was going on, knowing damn well they're coming out of jail to be part of a fucking movie?
And that's when shit will get really real.
And they can eat off of it forever.
And no.
So you mean to tell me one of these dudes ain't gonna come out and say, hey, fuck it, it's already out there that I did some gay shit, let's monetize? Like, come on, man. I don't buy that. I don't buy that shit. I don't buy it one bit. I don't buy that homo shit one bit, man.
It's like when I said that when he comes out it's gonna be different. What I meant was it's gonna be a lot different because then you can fact check it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh well, you said this, but this doesn't match this, and this doesn't do that. So. And also, when you were bringing it up, you were saying that people were feeling a certain way. Once then I was fed the story of what was going on, I was working at the theater that night, and I went and I asked somebody else that I know is not
the comedy theater that you perform at and all of that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I went and then I asked somebody else that I knew wasn't following sports and all, and I was like, "Oh, have you heard this story?" After I explained that, they were like, is it bad that I want to see what the letter from the gay lover said? That's what everybody's reaction was. I want to know what the gay lover said. I want to know. And it became about the whole gay thing, which is crazy because I don't know. I like now it's just like the story is not. It doesn't piece together. It doesn't piece together the right way.
No. What I'm always gonna say, and I've said this in other episodes where we've talked about other tragic events. We've talked about other people getting convicted of all kind of different shit. I just want to say, my heart and prayers go out to the family of everyone involved. Because whether or not Aaron Hernandez committed any of these crimes, it still affected the shit out of his family. Same thing with Odin Lloyd.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was, you know what I mean? The bottom line, the families are heavily affected, regardless of what you believe. It don't even matter what the fuck I believe. I'm just giving you my opinion. And again, it's gonna sound stupid, but it's true. I was contemplating whether or not I should do such an episode. Shout out to Wu-Tang Bit. She was one of the people who said, yeah, maybe you should do the episode about it. Shout out to you, Mama, and thank you for always rocking with me. Because bottom line, I was hesitating because it's like, yo, it's my opinion, and we still don't know the facts about that homo shit. But bottom line, I just couldn't buy it, not one bit. So my opinion don't fucking matter. AJ's opinion don't matter. You know why? In a few days, maybe a few weeks, this story's not really gonna mean shit to us. But it's gonna always affect the families of the people involved. So God bless them. You guys will be in my prayers. And I hope that at some point, whether you find closure or not, it's a whole different thing. But I really just want to say I hope that at some point you can find some peace of mind.
And like just thinking as you say that, it's just like the world we live in now. You can get your news from so many different avenues, and news comes out like that because of the internet. So something comes out and we don't necessarily follow the story, the timeline from the beginning to end, and there's so many other different things going on that once a story isn't in the news anymore, you forget it, and that's how you forget it. And it could be said that people that don't even know, like, weren't football fans that were following him then, people that found out now about him, they might be like, oh, if Aaron Hernandez gets brought up, they're talking about you. They'd be like, oh, you talking about the gay football player that killed himself?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they're gonna say. That's exactly what they're gonna say. That's exactly. But all right, y'all. Thank you for rocking with us. Make sure you go check out ajdunk.com.
AJ Dunk all caps, but it's ajdunk.com.
Okay. Find him. Go to ajdunk.com. You can find all his social media from there. But his podcast is
I Can't Make This Up.
Okay.
And I must say, that shout out still stands for y'all that didn't fucking come here and come see this shit. Because guess what? You could have had an opinion about this stuff, but we don't care what your opinion is now.
No, we don't. So, all right, make sure you subscribe on iTunes and rate. I need you to rate. The more you rate, the more other people get to see the podcast. You know, it'll go higher and higher on the list, and people get a shot to see what's up. Find me on social media at JLEGEND100 or JLEGEND EFFECT. Subscribe on SoundCloud, especially subscribe right here on YouTube. You ain't doing shit. You're not doing anything. Just hit that subscribe button and the alert button also, and rock with us, man. The 3 things you always gotta do for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack being your close circle, being your family, is provide, protect, and educate. And we'll see you on the very next episode. Peace.